Your life is quiet. You work the hydroponic farms on a forgotten moon. Your hands are calloused from real work. Not the kind your ancestors did. They touch the stars with their minds. You just coax extra water from stubborn vapor collectors. It's a simple, honest life. A perfect place to hide. You have a secret, a deep hum inside your mind, a constant pressure you have learned to ignore. It is a gift or a curse, passed down through your bloodline. The ability to see the invisible pathways, the secret roads between the stars. You keep it buried. You must keep it buried. Your ancestors were called navigators. They were revered, then feared, then hunted. Now, you are just a farmer. Your greatest daily challenge is a leaky irrigation pipe. You prefer it this way. The silence of the fields is a comfort. The hum is just background noise. Then, one day, something answers back. It is a pulse from deep space, a single pure note that cuts through your mental shields. It is not loud, it is just clear. It resonates with the hum inside you. And for the first time in years, you feel seen. The pulse is an echo, a single ripple at first. It fades as quickly as it came. You try to dismiss it, a solar flare, a trick of your overactive mind. But you know better. Something has awakened, and it knows you are here. Over the next few cycles, the pulse returns. It grows stronger, more insistent. It is no longer a simple note. It is becoming a song, a complex melody of light and distance, a map whispered directly into your soul. You see star lanes bloom in your mind's eye, paths of shimmering silver thread. You try to push the visions away. They give you headaches. They distract you from your work. Your boss noticed you staring into space yesterday. He joked about you counting vapor molecules. You forced a laugh. He has no idea how close to the truth he is. These are not daydreams. They are invitations. And you are not the only one who notices the change. Your keepers, the quiet officials who run this colony, start watching you. Their observations become less subtle. An extra security drone hovers over your farm plot. Their faces are polite, but their eyes are sharp. They know the signs. They were put here to watch for them. The echo in your mind has triggered an alarm you cannot hear. You feel a new kind of dread. It is not the fear of the unknown in deep space. It is the fear of the known right here. The fear of being discovered, of being taken from your quiet life. The beautiful, terrifying star map in your head has become a beacon, and it is leading them right to you. The sky does not burn. It simply opens. One moment, you see the familiar dim sun of your system. The next, a perfect silent tear in the fabric of space. From the tear, ships emerge. They are not pirates. They are not conquerors. They are magnificent vessels of white and gold. A grand fleet of the galactic conquered. They do not land with thunder and fire. Their shuttles descend like falling leaves. Soldiers in pristine armor form a corridor. They do not raise their weapons. They part for a single figure, an old woman in the robes of a fleet admiral. Her face is etched with worry. Her eyes hold the weight of 1,000 star systems. She stops before you. You are covered in mud from the fields. She does not seem to care. She gives a short, formal bow, a gesture of immense respect. "Navigator," she says. Her voice is clear and steady, but it trembles with desperation. "We have come to ask for your help. This is not what you expected. There are no energy cuffs, no cold threats. They are not here to cage you. They are here to beg. They know exactly what you are, and they have come because they are out of options. The greatest fleet in the galaxy is lost. They need the one thing they once tried to destroy. They need a human with a map in their mind. The Admiral leads you aboard her flagship. The air inside is sterile and cold, a stark contrast to your muddy boots. She takes you to a briefing room. A massive holotable dominates the center. With a gesture, she brings it to life. A map of the known galaxy appears. It is beautiful and familiar. Then, she touches a control. A section of the map goes dark. "We call it the Scourge," she says. Her voice is low. "It appeared on the outer rim 50 cycles ago. At first, we thought it was an equipment malfunction. A new creeping blackness is spreading across the map. It is not empty space. It is an absence of space. It is a patch of utter nothing that is growing. It consumes everything," the Admiral continues. "Light, matter, energy. Even time seems to behave differently at its edge." She shows you fleet logs, probe reports, dozens of ships, brave and powerful, sent to investigate. None have ever returned, not even a final message. They simply vanish from existence. You stare at the spreading void on the map. You can feel it, even from here, a coldness that touches your inner senses. This is not a weapon. This is not an empire. This is a fundamental wrongness, a blight upon reality itself. Their star science is useless. Their sensors see only static. Their engines cannot find a way through. It is a darkness that cannot be navigated by machine. It can only be navigated by thought. The fleet takes you to a secret place, a moon shrouded in permanent nebula clouds. It does not appear on any official chart. Deep beneath its surface lies a relic, a single ship waiting in a cavernous hangar. It looks ancient. Its design is unlike the sleek warships of the Concorde. It is stark, angular, almost brutalist. It feels human. "This is the Resurgence," the Admiral says. She sounds almost reverent. One of the last Navigator vessels, hidden after the purge. The ship is a ghost, a forgotten piece of your own history. It was built for a single purpose: to be an extension of a mind like yours, a tool to wield the power you have kept suppressed. You walk towards the vessel. The air grows warmer. The hum in your head gets stronger. The ship is dormant, but not dead. It is sleeping, waiting. It is the only machine in the galaxy that can translate your mental star map into reality. It is a key, and you are the lock. Or perhaps it is the other way around. The crew they have assembled is a skeleton force, experts in their fields, but their faces are tight with unease. They look at you with a mixture of awe and fear. To them, you are a ghost yourself, a living myth they have been ordered to trust. You feel their doubt like a static field. This gilded cage is getting more complicated by the minute. You place your hand on the ship's cold hull. And for a moment, you are not a farmer anymore. You are a navigator, and you are finally home. The boarding ramp lowers with a quiet hiss. You step inside the Resurgence. The interior is dark and silent. It smells of old metal and ozone. The Admiral and a small technical team follow you to the bridge. It is not a bridge of gleaming screens and holographic displays. It is a single chair surrounded by a sphere of what looks like polished black stone. "The navigation throne," the Admiral whispers. "No one has been able to activate it for centuries." You approach the chair. The hum in your mind is now a roar. It is calling to you. The ship is hungry for a mind, for a connection it has been denied for so long. You sit down. The moment you make contact, the universe dissolves. It is not a data stream. It is a flood of pure memory. You see it all through the ship's ancient senses. You see the glory of the Navigator age. Fleets of ships like this one, dancing between galaxies, piloted by your ancestors. Men and women with eyes full of starlight. They were artists, explorers, pioneers. Then you see the change. The fear. The Concorde, in its infancy, grew wary of your kind's power. A power they could not control or replicate. You see the betrayal. Navigators ambushed, their ships destroyed, their children taken and hidden away on forgotten moons, forced into quiet lives, to make them forget what they were. You feel the ship's pain, its confusion, its long, lonely wait in the darkness. It shows you the last navigator who sat in this throne. He fought bravely. He tried to save his people. But he was overwhelmed. His last act was to hide the resurgence, to preserve the memory, to wait for a day when a new navigator would awaken. You open your eyes. The black sphere around you is now glowing. It displays a perfect, three-dimensional map of the stars. But this map is alive. It moves. It breathes. It is a direct projection of your own mind. The ship's systems are online. The Resurgence is awake, and it remembers everything. You have not just woken a machine. You have woken a witness to a crime. The Admiral looks at you, her face pale. "What did you see?" she asks. You look back at her. The descendant of those who betrayed your people. "I saw the truth," you say. "I saw why you needed to forget us." The air on the bridge is thick with a history that is suddenly, terribly alive. The technical crew reports that all systems are green. The ship is ready. But the conquered crewmen are not. They stare at you in the throne. You are no longer just a strange farmer. You are the inheritor of a frightening power. The Admiral, however, looks resolute. Her desperation outweighs her fear. "We need to know if it works," she says. "We need a test." Her second in command, Commander Valerius, steps forward. He's a man carved from granite, his face a mask of disapproval. "A test, Admiral?" He scoffs. "A blind jump based on this anomaly? It's suicide. He does not trust you. He does not trust this ancient ship. He sees you as a necessary evil at best." "We have no charts for this region, Navigator," the Admiral says, ignoring him. "Our databases are empty. Can you take us to a stable star system?" "Any system. The challenge is clear. Prove it. Prove that the legends are true." This is not just a test of the ship. It is a test of you. You close your eyes. You push aside the fear and the anger. You focus on the hum, on the star map in your mind. The threads of light are waiting. You search for a destination, not a specific planet. Just a place of warmth and gravity. A safe harbor. You find one. A single small yellow star, leagues away in an uncharted sector. "I have a destination," you say. Your voice does not sound like your own. It resonates with the ship's power. Commander Valerius watches the navigation displays. They are blank. "There's nothing there," he snaps. "You're pointing us at empty void." You smile faintly. "Your machines are blind," you say. "But I can see." You reach out with your mind. You grasp the invisible threads of space-time. You pull. The Resurgence does not shudder or roar. There is a single, soft chime. The stars outside the viewport do not streak. They simply change. One moment, you are in the nebula. The next, you are basking in the golden light of a new sun, a beautiful, unknown yellow star. The ship's sensors scream to life, confirming a stable G-type star, exactly where you said it would be. Silence falls on the bridge. You have performed a miracle, or depending on your point of view, a terrifying act of heresy. Commander Valerius just stares at the screen, his mouth slightly open. For the first time, he looks truly afraid. Your successful jump creates a rift on the ship. Half the crew now looks at you with a kind of religious awe. They bring you small gifts, an extra ration pack, a data chip with music from their home world. They call you the Star Walker. The other half, loyal to Commander Valerius, see you as a loose cannon, a dangerous relic that threatens the order they believe in. Valerius is your shadow. He questions your every decision. He insists on double-checking your mental calculations with his useless machines. He is convinced you are unstable, a ticking time bomb of psychic energy. You find it mildly amusing. His rigid logic cannot comprehend a universe that runs on intuition. He is a man trying to measure a song with a ruler. But his suspicion is a symptom of a deeper problem. Small things begin to go wrong. A diagnostic tool goes missing. A power conduit for a secondary system overloads. They are dismissed as glitches in an ancient ship. But you feel a flicker of malice behind them, a deliberate touch of sabotage. Someone is trying to make you fail, to prove that you and this ship are unreliable. The Admiral keeps Valerius in check, but her focus is on the mission. "We approach the Scourge," she announces. The ship drops out of a jump. Before you is the edge of the darkness. It is not black. It is a hole in reality, a section of the cosmos that has been deleted. The stars around it seem to bend away, as if afraid to get too close. Sensors report nothing. Energy readings are nil. Life signs are non-existent. It is a wall of absolute void. "Prepare to launch a deep space probe," Valerius orders. You hold up a hand. "Don't," you say. "It's a waste of time. It won't come back." He glares at you. "And how do you know that, Navigator?" "Because I can feel it," you reply. You close your eyes, tuning out the bridge. You extend your consciousness, not with instruments, but with your mind alone. You push past the edge of the void, past the chilling emptiness. You are searching for a cause, an enemy, a mind to confront. You expect to find raging hate, uncontrollable hunger, the psychic signature of a devouring monster. Instead, you find silence, a vast, profound, and intelligent silence. It is aware. It feels your mental touch. And in that touch, you sense something completely unexpected. Not aggression, but a deep, cosmic loneliness. A solitude so complete it has begun to collapse reality around it. It is not a weapon attacking your galaxy. It is a consciousness so isolated it has forgotten that anything else exists. You pull your mind back, gasping. The bridge crew is staring at you. "What is it?" the Admiral asks, her hand on her sidearm. "What did you find?" You look at the void on the view screen. It no longer seems menacing. It seems tragic. "It's not what we thought," you say. "It's not fighting us. I don't think it even knows we are here." You stand up from the navigation throne. A risky move, but you need to make them understand. You walk to the holotable. "We cannot fight it," you declare. The crew murmurs. Valerius looks triumphant. "I knew it," he says. "This power is useless against a true threat." You ignore him. Your eyes are on the Admiral. "You don't fight a storm, Commander. You find its eye." You touch the map of the Scourge. I can feel a center to it, a point of origin, a heart. Your plan forms as you speak it, a desperate, insane gamble. "I am not going to fight it. I am going to navigate it. I will take this ship into its core." The bridge erupts. "That's madness," Valerius shouts. "Nothing has ever survived crossing the edge." Other officers agree. They call for a retreat, for a conventional solution. But you can see the Admiral is listening. She sees the conviction in your eyes. She sees the one thing her star science could never provide, a sliver of hope. It is aware, you explain. But it is passive. It is not a predator. It is a phenomenon, a flaw. I believe I can talk to it, or at least understand it. You know how it sounds, like you are proposing to reason with a black hole. Perhaps you are. A little humor at your own expense might help. Worst case, you add with a shrug, we learn firsthand what unexistence feels like. A unique experience, you have to admit. The Admiral is silent for a long time. She studies the map. She studies you. Then she looks at her crew. For 50 cycles, she says softly, we have thrown ships and weapons at this darkness. We have lost thousands. We have gained nothing. She turns back to you. Your plan is based on a feeling, on a ghost story. But it is the first new idea we have had in decades. She takes a deep breath. Commander Valerius, set a course. We are following the Navigator. Valerius is stunned into silence. He can only nod, his jaw tight with fury. You have their trust, for now. You have a plan. You have a map made of hope. Now you just have to fly into the mouth of oblivion. As you begin to plot the course, you feel a new thread in your mind. It is not from the scourge. It is ancient, faint, like a whisper at the edge of hearing. It is a trail of psychic breadcrumbs leading you along a specific path into the darkness. You follow it instinctively. It feels safe, wise. The thread leads you to a psychic echo, a message left behind. It is a warning stored in the very fabric of space-time. As you access it, a new vision floods your mind. You see a species you only know from legends. Tall, graceful beings made of light and thought. The Elder, Ones, a race that vanished long before humanity reached for the stars. Their message is not one of fear, but of sorrow. They show you the origin of the scourge. They were there when it was born. It was not an invasion. It was an accident, a creation of their own. They were experimenting with the fundamental forces of the universe, trying to build a new reality, a pocket dimension of pure peace. But their experiment failed. Catastrophically, the engine of their creation broke. The new universe they forged was unstable, flawed. It was born dying, and in its death throes, it latched onto your own reality, not out of malice, but like a drowning man grabbing for a lifeline. The scourge is not an enemy. It is a refugee, a broken piece of a failed heaven. The warning from the Elder Ones ends with a plea. Do not try to destroy it. It will only cause it to cling tighter, to consume faster. They show you their own fate. They tried to fight it. Their immense power was swallowed whole, feeding the very thing they sought to stop. They became its first victims. Their last act was to leave this warning, a guide for those who would come after. You relay this to the Admiral. The revelation is staggering. They have been fighting a wound, not a weapon. Valerius looks shaken. His entire worldview is built on identifiable enemies and tactical solutions. This question mark, this is star science breaking. A failed universe? He murmurs. How do we fight that? We don't, you say. The words of the Elder Ones echo in your mind. We guide it. We heal it. You now understand your purpose. You are not a soldier. You are a physician. And your patient is a broken piece of creation itself. The faint trail you are following now makes sense. It is the path the Elder Ones charted, the one they did not have the right key to follow. The key is you and the Resurgence. With this new knowledge, you give the final order. Take us in. The ship glides past the event horizon of the scourge. There is no impact, no tidal forces, just a profound sense of dislocation. The stars behind you vanish. Ahead, there is only the core of night. the laws of physics begin to fray. Inside the Scourge, there is no light. But there is a strange, dim luminescence. The walls of the ship's corridors seem to shift when you're not looking. Navigational instruments spin uselessly. The crew is on edge. Every nerve is taut. Their lives are entirely in your hands. Your calm voice over the comms is their only anchor. Steady, you broadcast from the throne. The ship is holding. I have the path. You are the only thing on this vessel that is still connected to a coherent reality. The mental map from the Elder Ones is your guide. But it is old, damaged. You have to fill in the gaps with your own intuition. The saboteur grows desperate. You feel their panic. Their fear is a sharp spike in the ship's psychic atmosphere. An alert sounds from engineering. A critical coolant line for the ship's reality sink has been severed. A simple act of physical sabotage. Without that sink, the ship will dissolve into unreality within the hour. Valerius's face goes white. It's him, he whispers, looking at a junior technician, a man who had been vocal in his distrust. Security moves in, but you have no time for arrests. Ignore it, you command, your voice sharp. I will hold the ship together myself. Just get me to the core. You push your mind deeper into the Resurgence. You wrap your consciousness around the vessel. You become the coolant system. You become the structural integrity field. The strain is immense. Blood trickles from your nose. But the ship stabilizes. You are no longer just piloting the Resurgence. You are the Resurgence. Every plate, every wire, every atom. The crew watches in stunned silence as the alerts on their consoles fade to green, controlled not by technology, but by your sheer force of will. You are pushing deeper, deeper into the heart of a failed god's dream. The pressure builds. The core is close. You can feel its broken, lonely heartbeat. You break through the final layer, and you see it. The core of night, the center of the Scourge. There is no monster, no throne of skulls, no alien king. There is only a wound, a nexus of impossible energy, a swirling vortex of half-formed ideas and broken physical laws. It is beautiful and horrifying. A universe that was born screaming and never stopped. This is creation's broken engine, a cosmic mistake bleeding into your reality. The Elder Ones tried to build a paradise, but they miscalculated a single, fundamental constant, and they created this abyss instead. It is not evil. It is just wrong. A gear in the great machine of existence that was machined incorrectly, and its grinding is tearing everything else apart. You feel its immense, childlike confusion, its pain. It reaches out, sensing your coherent mind. It wants to absorb you, to make your stability its own, not out of hunger, but out of a desperate need for peace, for an end to its own flawed existence. You feel a wave of profound pity for it. This gargantuan, reality-eating thing is just lost. The Admiral's voice crackles over the comm. Navigator, what are your orders? They are looking at the impossible on their screens, waiting for you to tell them how to kill a god's ghost. But you know what the Elder Ones meant. You cannot kill it. You cannot heal it. You can only steer it. You look at the swirling chaos, at the impossible geometry, and you realize the truth. You cannot chart a course through it. You have to chart a course for it. You must give this runaway creation a new direction, a new purpose. Your task is not to fix the flaw in reality. It is to draw a new map for the flaw itself. Hold on, you say, your voice a strained whisper. I have to. Go deeper. You sever the final safety protocols in your own mind. You open yourself completely to the navigation throne. You connect your consciousness not just to the ship, but through the ship, to the broken engine of creation itself. The pain is absolute. Your mind is flooded with the thoughts of a billion dying stars, the logic of a universe with no logic. It is a storm of pure paradox. But beneath it all, you feel that single, lonely consciousness. You reach for it, not with power, but with empathy. You are not here to command it. You are here to guide it, to be its navigator. You project a single, clear thought into the chaos, a destination, not a place in your galaxy, but a place outside, a path away from everything, into the great, empty void between the galaxies, a place where it can unravel peacefully, without harming anyone else. You offer it a way home, a home that does not exist, but one you will draw for it on the map of the impossible. You become its will, its sense of direction. The Resurgence groans, its hull glowing with the strain of channeling such power. You are pulling a string, and on the other end of that string is a runaway universe. The scourge begins to move, to shift its trajectory. Slowly, ponderously, it begins to turn away from your galaxy. You are charting the unthinkable. You are drawing a line for a god to follow. The effort costs you everything. You feel your connections to the ship begin to fray. Your connection to the Concorde fleet, waiting light years away, snaps like a rotten thread. The strain of steering a universe is too much. You succeed. The scourge is diverted. It drifts away, a silent, weeping god moving into the endless dark. Your galaxy is saved. But the price is your own exile. The psychic backlash throws the Resurgence light centuries off course. It severs your link to everything you knew. The ship is damaged, adrift. You are alive. The ship is alive, but you are lost. Utterly and completely lost in the intergalactic void. You slump in the navigation throne, exhausted but at peace. The crew is gone. The mission is over. There is only you and the ancient ship that is now a part of you. You have no way back. No one even knows where you are. You have traded your life for the lives of trillions. You have become a myth. The story will be told for generations. The story of the lone, lost navigator who faced the darkness and turned it aside. You are no longer a farmer. You are not just a hero. You are a permanent fixture, a lighthouse at the edge of the known universe. The eternal navigator, a silent beacon watching over a galaxy you can never return to. Alone with your ghost ship, you watch the faint, distant swirl of home, and you begin to chart a new map, a map of one.